I looked fine. That's what the mirror said. My weight was stable. My blood pressure wasn't alarming. I still had hair. Still walked without a cane. But inside, something was off. I didn't feel 68. I felt 80. Everything took more effort. Everything felt heavier. My legs, my chest, even my thoughts. I blamed stress. I blamed sleep. I blamed normal aging. Until a test at the clinic changed everything. It was a biological age test, a new kind my daughter convinced me to take. Measures inflammation, cardiovascular wear, organ health, telomere length. The nurse called a few days later. Your biological age is closer to 78 than 68. That hit me like a punch to the gut. I wasn't just aging. I was aging faster than I should. And I had no idea. They say time flies. But sometimes, your body flies ahead of the clock, and no one tells you until it's too late. I've since reversed a lot of that damage. But I learned the hard way. So here are the first 3 early signs I missed, backed by science, and based on what my own body tried to tell me. Small blue diamond sign number 1. Waking up stiff, and staying that way for more than 20 minutes. I used to joke about sounding like a creaky old chair in the morning. My knees would crack. My back felt tight. My hands took a while to unclench. I figured it was normal. What I didn't realize, how long that stiffness was lasting. 20, 30, 40 minutes before I could fully move without discomfort. That's not just aging. That's chronic systemic inflammation. According to the NIH, prolonged morning stiffness can indicate your connective tissues are inflamed, often from diet, stress, or undiagnosed autoimmune shifts that accelerate cellular aging. Once I started tracking it, I realized how much it was slowing me down, not just physically, but mentally. I didn't feel awake until almost lunch. What helped? Cutting refined sugar, anti-inflammatory supplements, turmeric plus omega-3s. Gentle stretching before bed and right after waking. 2 weeks in, the difference was night and day. Science says, inflammation is the root cause of accelerated aging. Your stiffness might not be from time, but from inflammation you can actually fight. Small blue diamond sign number 2. Losing muscle where you don't expect it. I hadn't noticed at first. Not until my belt got looser, but my stomach looked the same. Not until I reached for something and realized my arm looked deflated. Turns out, I was losing lean muscle mass, even though my weight hadn't changed. This is one of the most underestimated signs of accelerated aging. Sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, begins earlier than most people think, and it speeds up fast after 60. But it doesn't just affect how you look. It affects balance, insulin sensitivity, joint stability, brain function. The less muscle you have, the faster you age, inside and out. Even scarier? Muscle can be lost without you noticing until it's too late to rebuild. My doctor said, if you're not actively fighting to build muscle, you're losing it. So I started strength training. Not heavy, just 15-minute resistance bands at home. I upped my protein, cut out most alcohol, got sunlight daily. Within a month, my posture changed. So did my energy. Muscle is youth. Muscle is protection. If your body feels softer, slower, or more fragile, don't write it off. Fight for every pound of strength. Small blue diamond sign number 3. Skin that bruises easily or feels paper thin. At first, I thought I was just clumsy. A bump into the table. A scratch from a cabinet door. But every little impact left a mark. Purple, yellowish bruises on my arms and hands, lasting days. Then the skin itself changed. More fragile. Less elastic. And that's when a dermatologist told me, your skin is a mirror. It shows how your body is aging inside. Easy bruising, thin skin, and slower healing aren't just cosmetic. They're signs of collagen loss and microvascular damage. Collagen, the protein that keeps skin, joints, and blood vessels strong, declines rapidly after 60. Faster if you smoke, drink often, or eat poorly. Your skin gets thinner. Blood vessels weaken. You bruise like a peach. But it's not inevitable. I started taking hydrolyzed collagen with vitamin C, protecting skin from excess sun, eating more berries and leafy greens. And I started to see less bruising, faster healing. Even my nails stopped cracking. The body is one big network. If your skin looks older than you feel, don't ignore it. That surface may be showing you the state of your entire system. They don't teach you how to spot accelerated aging. There's no warning bell, no pop-up on your doctor's screen, no label on your vitamins that says, this isn't enough anymore. You just feel a little slower, a little duller, and you chalk it up to life. But if you could see what's really happening inside your blood, your brain, your bones, you'd realize. Aging faster than you should is a silent process. Until it's not. In part 1, I told you the first 3 signs I missed. What I thought were just quirks of age were red flags. Now I want to share the last 3. The ones I almost ignored. The ones that could have cost me everything. Let's continue. Small blue diamond sign number 4. You feel tired but wired, constantly drained, but can't relax. This was the most frustrating feeling. I'd go to bed exhausted and lie there for hours. I'd finally fall asleep and wake up unrest. During the day, I felt like I had no energy. But if I tried to nap, my mind wouldn't slow down. It wasn't stress. It wasn't insomnia. It was something deeper. Turns out, my cortisol levels were chronically elevated. Cortisol, the stress hormone, is meant to spike briefly in the morning and drop at night. But mine stayed high. All day. All night. That constant hum of stress, even without anything obvious triggering it, puts your body into overdrive. And here's what I didn't know. High cortisol speeds up aging more than almost anything else. It shrinks the hippocampus, weakens your immune system, raises blood sugar, breaks down muscle. You don't need drama to be stressed. You just need decades of small worries, shallow sleep, processed food, and never letting yourself fully rest. What helped me? Cutting screen time 2 hours before bed. 10 minutes of deep breathing before sleep. Magnesium glycinate before bed. Saying no to what didn't matter. Within a month, my sleep was deeper. I had more calm, not just more rest. If you feel like your body's always running, but you're not going anywhere, your cortisol may be dragging you toward early burnout. Small blue diamond sign number 5. Losing interest in food, sex, hobbies, or feeling emotionally flat. This one came quietly. I wasn't sad. I wasn't anxious. I was just blank. Food didn't excite me. Music didn't move me. I stopped flirting with my wife. Stopped cracking jokes. Everything became functional. Nothing felt beautiful. I told myself, maybe this is just what getting older is. But it wasn't. It was a drop in dopamine and testosterone. Both of these chemicals are linked to drive, joy, energy, motivation, and both decline steadily after 50. But if they drop too fast, you don't just age, you flatten. You stop caring, stop seeking, stop wanting. The fix wasn't magic. It was daily movement, cold showers, sunlight within an hour of waking, a better sleep cycle, zinc, vitamin D, and resistance training. Little by little, I felt myself come back online. Even my sense of humor returned. Your personality isn't gone. Your joy isn't lost. It's just buried under years of chemical imbalance. And it can be uncovered. Small blue diamond sign number 6. You start saying, I'm just old, to excuse everything. This was the final sign. And it scared me once I noticed it. I'd say, I forgot my keys again. I'm just old. I can't eat that anymore. I'm just old. I don't travel these days. I'm just old. Every time I said it, I felt smaller. Until one day, my grandson said, You're not that old, Grandpa. Why do you always say that? I didn't have an answer. I realized I was using old as an excuse to avoid change, to avoid trying, to avoid the fear of failing. But here's the problem. The more you say it, the more your body believes it. Studies have shown that negative beliefs about aging accelerate physical decline. Not metaphorically. Literally. People who believe they're done get weaker faster, slower, sicker. So I banned the phrase. Now I say, that's not for me for now. I'm learning. Let me try. And it's amazing what happens when your language changes. You don't have to lie. You just have to stop surrendering. When I first heard I was aging faster than I should, I felt shame. But now I feel something else. Gratitude. Because now I know what to look for. It's not normal to feel like life has no flavor. It's not normal to wake up exhausted. It's not normal to feel older than your years. And it's definitely not normal to stop caring. I reversed my biological age by almost 8 years. Not with surgery, not with expensive treatments, just with awareness, with listening, with small, daily changes that anyone can make. So here's my advice. Don't wait until your body breaks to wonder what the whispers meant. Pay attention. Take action. Don't settle. You're not broken. You're just waking up. And if you start today, really start, you may find that the next chapter of your life isn't about decline at all. It's about reclaiming what you almost lost.